Welcome to Professor Audit, where we uncover some of the most perplexing and disturbing police encounters. In today's episode, we delve into an alarming case where a routine traffic stop takes a shocking turn. On February 18th, 2023, a police sergeant from the Richland Police Department in Mississippi was patrolling the streets when he noticed a speeding vehicle with suspiciously dark window tints, possibly exceeding the legal limit. As per standard procedure, the sergeant initiated a traffic stop, and initially, both the officer and the driver engaged in what seemed like a routine interaction, with both parties complying. Nothing appeared amiss at first glance. Stay with us as we unravel the events that followed, revealing a perplexing twist that will leave you questioning the dynamics of this encounter. What we're about to witness is the sergeant claiming that the driver, Ian Alexander, was exceeding the speed limit. It's essential to note that this assertion was made without the use of radar, but through the method of pacing the vehicle. Many speeding tickets result from this practice, where an officer follows or paces a suspected speeder and estimates their speed using their own speedometer. However, this method has its drawbacks, chiefly being its inherent inaccuracy. To accurately pace a vehicle, the officer must maintain a constant distance between their patrol car and the suspect's vehicle throughout the entire pursuit. If this distance fluctuates, it can lead to speed measurement inaccuracies. This practice is sometimes referred to as bumper pacing. Given these challenges, it's reasonable to question the accuracy of the sergeant's speed measurement regarding Mr. Alexander's alleged speeding. Nevertheless, it's important to emphasize that the sergeant had the authority to issue a citation based on his own judgment, even if it could be contested in court. This brings us to the moment when the sergeant decided to delve deeper into the traffic stop. He informed dispatch that Mr. Alexander appeared nervous, prompting him to contemplate the possibility of illegal possessions in Mr. Alexander's vehicle.
Sapphire looks like we may turn into Walgreens. Mike Alpha Mike 1527. Mike Alpha Mike 1527. We're just before Walgreens.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You got your driver's license insurance on you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Sure, go ahead. Y'all doing all right today?
Yeah. Well, my insurance card's on my phone.
Sure, that's fine. Go ahead. Who's your insurance with?
Progressive.
Progressive? Okay. All right.
Pretty sure my number. Should say April 28, 2023.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I see that. All right, well, look, the reason I'm stopping here today, Mr. Alexander, is you're going a little fast, window tint's a little too dark, okay? The speed limit's 45, I'm doing 45, and you came by me, all right? You are obviously faster than me, about 10 miles over to be in fact. So, also, your window tint's too dark. Where are you headed to today?
I'm just going, why?
Huh?
Why do you want to know?
Just conversation, just ask where you're going. Huh? McGee. Okay, you coming from Madison? Is that where y'all live, up in Madison? Somebody else come over here to me, please. What's that now?
I'm making sure, I live in Ridgeland.
You live in Ridgeland? Okay. Okay. All right, sure. Well, just sit tight for me, okay?
In the next part, we can observe the sergeant approaching Mr. Alexander's vehicle and politely requesting him to step out for a conversation. At this point, it's important to clarify whether Mr. Alexander was legally obligated to comply. Generally, law enforcement can ask an individual to exit their vehicle if they suspect criminal activity has occurred. In this case, Mr. Alexander was allegedly speeding and had excessively dark window tints, potentially meeting the criteria for such a request. However, this is where the situation takes an unexpected turn. Watch closely as the sergeant begins to highlight Mr. Alexander's demeanor, insinuating that he was exhibiting signs of extreme nervousness and heavy breathing, as if he were about to suck all of the oxygen out of the air. What initially appeared to be a routine traffic stop was rapidly evolving into something altogether different.
Come on. Mr. Alexander, will you step back here and talk to me, please?
I guess I can.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. You're not under arrest or anything. I just want to talk to you.
Okay, I got a concealed carry permit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Do you have it on you? Do you have the firearm on you?
Yeah, it's in
Just
my
don't-
waistband.
Okay. Just don't do me a favor. Don't reach for it. That's all I ask. Just keep your hands up there, okay? All right. So I understand it's a traffic stop. Not everybody gets stopped every day, and this can be a little uncomforting for people. I get that. Okay. My concern is that you are about to suck all the oxygen out of the air right now because you're breathing so heavy. All right. You're so nervous. So why would you be extremely or overly nervous with me for a simple traffic stop?
The tension continued to mount as the sergeant delved into Mr. Alexander's past encounters with law enforcement. He inquired about any previous arrests, a line of questioning that seemed more like an attempt to unearth reasons to further escalate the situation.
I mean, because I was talking and I was busy, but I didn't know I was speeding.
Okay.
So I wasn't really sure why I was getting pulled over.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested before or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You mind if I ask before? You can't get in trouble for telling me. I'm
I
just
can't
curious.
remember. I had DUI 20 years ago.
DUI 20 years?
Probably
Okay.
about it.
Okay. All right. When's the last time you were arrested? Do you remember that?
No, it's been probably 20 years.
Remarkably, the sergeant didn't stop at questioning Mr. Alexander's arrest history. He then steered the conversation toward the topic of narcotics, a pivotal moment in this incident's unfolding narrative. In a bizarre turn of events, the sergeant began to overtly express his desire to investigate Mr. Alexander on suspicion of narcotics involvement. To add to the surreal nature of the encounter, the sergeant even delved into Mr. Alexander's use of contacts, somehow drawing a connection that led him to suspect that Mr. Alexander might be under the influence. The situation was rapidly veering into unexpected territory.
Anything narcotics related at all?
No.
Do you wear glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
Okay. All right. Are those colored contacts, or are your eyes always that kind of grayish, glassy,
I
a little
got
bit glassy?
green eyes or whatever.
Green eyes. Okay. Are you under the influence of any narcotics or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. So your pupils are like pinpoint, and that's why I asked. So,
I mean,
have you taken
there's
any
a couple
prescriptions
things.
or anything?
You asked me why I was nervous. First of all, I didn't realize I was speeding. So did you get that on radar, or?
I paced you. I was right behind you. Actually,
Okay.
you passed me, as I said
I mean, it's
earlier.
possible because I was talking
It's
and we
not
were
possible,
in a
it's fact.
conversation. Okay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have just stopped you for nothing. I mean, I'm doing the speed limit and you passed me, so there's that. I mean,
Okay.
that's in my line of work, that's called a clue. When I'm doing the speed limit and you pass me.
As we closely observe, the sergeant's focus undergoes a dramatic shift. He transitions from suspecting Mr. Alexander of being under the influence of drugs to now harboring suspicions about potential illegal items within Mr. Alexander's vehicle. In a bold move, the sergeant requests permission to search the vehicle, but his request is met with swift refusal from Mr. Alexander. Mr. Alexander firmly states that he won't consent to a search unless there's a valid search warrant. The response proved to be a shrewd move, effectively safeguarding Mr. Alexander's rights and preventing the sergeant from finding additional grounds for potential arrest, which seemed to be the sergeant's underlying objective.
Do you have anything illegal in the car today? Anything
No, like
at all?
I said, I got a concealed carry permit, but other than that, I don't have nothing illegal.
Okay, so there's nothing. Would you mind if I look?
No, you may not look.
You may not look.
Unless you have a search warrant.
Okay. I don't, but
Okay.
I'm simply asking. I mean, your pupils
I mean,
are
I can open up the trunk, I can open the doors up, but I don't want you to go in and look through my car
Okay.
because I don't feel like I have to.
And you absolutely don't. I'm simply, see, in my line of work, what I do is I love doing this, okay? I love working in narcotics. And you're giving off a lot of precursors that could potentially lead up to narcotics. I'm not saying that you do, and I'm not saying that you don't. If you don't have anything...
No, I don't have any narcotics. I don't do...
And I didn't say that you
you're
did.
foaming at the mouth. You're asking me why I'm nervous. I mean, this is ridiculous.
How is
Can I
it-
please have a witness? Do you mind coming closer? Okay.
So there's nothing illegal in the
Are you a
car.
supervisor? Or are you a supervisor? May I have a supervisor?
You're talking to him.
Okay. there's nothing illegal in my car whatsoever.
Would you like to see my supervisor?
I mean, what's the next step? Am I going to get a ticket for speeding or what?
That's to be determined. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm simply asking for. I don't understand why you're getting so hostile with me.
Because the way I'm being treated. I mean,
how are you being treated?
How do I look like I have narcotics?
I didn't say you look like you had narcotics. I said you were displaying indicators.
What are you saying? I have pupils. I'm nervous. I mean, I was upset because you're asking me where I'm going.
That was just casual conversation. So here's the deal. Look, I'm not going to sit here and argue. I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, I'm simply asking you a few questions. What would you like me to do? Do you want me to open the trunk? Do you want me to? I just asked if you mind if I look. You don't have to. You can tell me no all day long. He has one. Just be cognizant of that.
They're saying I have suspicion of narcotics or something.
I didn't.
I mean, you're welcome to look. There's absolutely nothing in here.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Would you mind if I look in the car?
I give you the permission to view what's in my car. But
okay,
under no circumstances
here's the thing.
are you allowed to just search my car without a search warrant. I mean...
At this juncture, with no success in obtaining permission to search the vehicle from Mr. Alexander, the sergeant redirected his attention toward Mr. Alexander's fiancée, who remained inside the vehicle throughout the traffic stop. The sergeant engaged her in conversation, and she willingly participated. However, despite the conversation, it appeared to yield no substantial results. It could be argued that this interaction with Mr. Alexander's fiancée was yet another attempt by the sergeant to unearth reasons to escalate the traffic stop. It's worth noting that there was no immediate necessity to engage with her, raising questions about the motives behind the sergeant's actions.
Ma'am, would you be willing to step out and speak with me out here, please? Possibly less of aggressive as he is. That would be lovely. Okay. So my name's Sergeant Holyfield with the Richland Police Department. The reason you remember me? Dollar General. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Have we ever had a negative interaction before?
I just had to call y'all for the time over there. I made sure it was
okay, so when you called, did I show up and help you as best that you thought I probably could?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you have any indication of me ever being rude, ugly, too assertive, aggressive?
Not to me.
Okay.
Not
all right.
to me.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, so thank you. I appreciate that. Well, look, here's the reason for the stop today, okay? I'm doing the speed limit, 45 miles per hour. He comes past me. All right, that's an indicator that he's traveling over the posted speed limit at which I was traveling. Okay, that is called probable cause for a traffic stop, okay, in which I have done. Furthermore, the window tint on the vehicle is darker than the legal limit, so there is further probable cause for a traffic stop, okay?
The sergeant's persistence was undeniable as he delved deeper into Mr. Alexander's personal life, his relationship with his fiancée, his history with the law, and his history of drug use. He justified these intrusive questions by citing indicators and precursors that compelled him to delve further. It was apparent that the sergeant remained resolute in his determination to search through the vehicle.
So now I'm just asking him a few simple questions because now I have some indicators and I have some precursors, okay? So now I'm looking for something different. How long have you known him?
We've been together 6 years.
Okay. Has he been arrested in the 6 years that y'all have been together?
No.
No, never in trouble or anything like that? He lives in Madison. Has he lived up there the whole time?
Yeah. Well, not the whole time. He stayed in Florida somewhere.
Okay. Is there, so that you know of, he's never been in trouble since y'all been together?
I know he's never.
Okay, so you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you the same thing. I don't know you. I'm sorry I don't remember you from Dollar General, but I come into contact with 80,000 people a day on this highway. Okay, so I do apologize. Has he ever been known to you to use abuse prescription medications, smoke marijuana, any heroines, meths, anything like that? Okay, and so that's all I'm looking for. Just casual conversation. All right. There are indicators leading me up to this questioning. Okay, I'm not just saying, ooh, hey, guy in the middle of the road, breathing heavy, whatever. But there are indicators that have led me down this path, which is why I asked. So I get it, he's upset. This isn't something that people go through every day, and I hate that he feels like I'm coming at him some type of way. But there's a reason why I'm asking these questions that I'm asking. Is this his vehicle or yours?
This is his, and I can tell you he probably like that because I'm from Simpson County, but I stay here.
Sure.
And
here in Richland?
Okay.
Sure.
And so, but I'm from Simpson County.
Okay.
And so when we go to Simpson County, we done got pulled over twice. And they asked him why he's with a black woman.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah, so we like, why you pulling us over? What's the reason for you to pull us over?
Different people, and
that might be why he is.
well,
You know.
so I want to remind you of this. All right, the window tint is darker than the legal limit. It's 28. The legal limit is 28%. That's along the lines of 5%. Okay, there's no way possible that from where I was, I knew he was with a black woman. I didn't even know he was a white guy. So that's irrelevant to me. Now, the fact that that may have happened to you prior, I'm sorry, because frankly, that's bull. But I can't control what other people do. I can only control what's in my environment and encourage people to get away from that. Right? And I'm sorry that you've experienced that.
You know, I understand. They don't understand. They're not.
I mean, this guy's reasonable. This guy's a jerk.
They're not used to you. I am, so I know when he get like that, I kill him the most. But by them being police officers, they gonna do whatever.
I mean, I told him you can visually look in my car if you want to look in the car, but you're not going to dig through it and search through it. No.
Well, there's a fine line between what you're telling me I can and can't do, okay? I just asked you if I could look in your vehicle, okay? That would encompass me looking in the center console, the cup holders and stuff. Not an invasive search. I'm not trying to go through your car and pull out your bills that you've had stuffed in your glove compartment for the past 4 years. I don't care about that, okay? It's a non-invasive look into the vehicle. Unless there's something in there that would key me up to something else. Okay, well, hold on. Let me talk, okay? Let me talk. Okay, obviously I've known your fiance for a little bit and didn't realize she remembers me, I don't remember her. Okay, and we have established, the words came out of her mouth that in the interactions that we've had over the last several years when she was working here, are you still working there? No, it's not. We've never had a negative interaction. I do not come at people some type of way that you perceive that I am, okay? You got defensive with me for doing my job, okay? Stop, don't interrupt me again, please. I've been more than restrained and trying to be very nice to you, okay? So here's the thing. I've asked you questions and you've just been defensive with me the whole time, trying to do my job. All right, so I'm going to ask you one more time.
No.
Do you mind if I look in your car or not?
No.
Okay, well then just sit tight. Don't go back in the car for now, all right? Just be mindful he has a firearm in his waistband.
With all avenues exhausted, the sergeant retreated to his patrol vehicle, seeking assistance from several other officers and requesting a canine unit. He asserted that Mr. Alexander had aroused suspicion, yet he acknowledged lacking sufficient evidence to advance the investigation further. In essence, the sergeant admitted to prolonging the traffic stop beyond its required duration and aimed to bolster his case by involving a canine unit for a vehicle sniff.
Hey, brother. Busy?
Get out of bands with my son. What's up?
Oh, I needed your woof for a minute, but if you ain't available, that's fine.
No, I ain't anywhere around him.
No, that's all right. I got a guy stopped, and he's I don't know. I got a warm and fuzzy on it, brother, but he shut down on me and done got defensive, and I don't have any like physical indicators, but dude, his behavioral indicators are just skyrocketed, and I think there's something here. He's just shutting me down. I don't think I have enough right now to go any further with it than I can, so I was looking for a dog, but it'll be all right. If he is dirty, we'll end up getting him one day, I'm sure.
As we've just heard, the officer's statement implying that if Mr. Alexander had narcotics on him, they would eventually catch him, raises questions about his true intentions. It becomes increasingly clear that the officer had exhausted his options and had no choice but to release Mr. Alexander.
He's just like, I don't have to tell you that. I was like, I'm just asking you some questions, fella. Because he was, I mean, I went up to the car, dude. He was sucking all the oxygen out of the planet. And I was like, oh boy, what do we got?
That's weird. I don't think Chloe's got a dog 10-8 right now, actually.
That's all right.
But you can call over there and make sure, but I don't know if they do this early.
Yeah, I ain't gonna worry with it, dude. You're my third phone call and my third swing and miss. I'm gonna let it ride.
Yeah, sometimes it's best just to kick it.
That's right. So, all right, brother. Well, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have fun.
All right, bro.
All right, bye.
In the end, Mr. Alexander was issued citations for speeding and illegal window tints. In a video uploaded to his YouTube channel, Mr. Alexander expressed his perspective on the incident. He claimed that the sergeant appeared upset because Mr. Alexander asserted that he had nothing illegal and refused a search of the inside of his car. Mr. Alexander even offered to allow the sergeant to inspect the interior to prove he had nothing to hide, but refused a full search. Mr. Alexander further shared that the sergeant interrogated him about precursors and indicators of narcotics. When the sergeant couldn't procure a canine unit, he ultimately had no choice but to release Mr. Alexander. As of the date of this recording, Mr. Alexander has not indicated whether he plans to pursue any formal complaints or legal actions stemming from this incident. Be sure to check out our previous video where we uncover another outrageous police encounter.